Texas and Florida are red states. We have a Republican president. There will be a push to get more infrastructure spending going forward, and it probably will not just be for the next year or two. It's probably going to be thinking about 5, 10, 20 years ahead. We really need to put a better infrastructure in there. And that is, I think, the biggest positive for the infrastructure and the construction industry for the next year. The 5 key takeaways are basically the 5 real essential elements for good decision making in business. First, economic growth. We expect growth at around 2.5% for the second half of the year. That's a kick up from what it was last year, and it looks like that might be sustainable or even improved if we have a little bit in terms of corporate tax reform. Second, inflation still remains very modest in the United States, but service inflation has picked up, but goods inflation is still pretty flat. Because of the inflation numbers and the growth numbers, the third fundamental, of course, is interest rates. And I think the Fed is going to be very cautious before they act in December to raise interest rates, simply partly because the hurricanes will mess up the data, but also inflation remains quite low. Fourth fundamental is corporate profits. Still look very good, but got to remember, a lot of corporations earn their profits abroad. They're truly multinational corporations. And then finally, we look at the dollar. The dollar continues to appreciate against, for example, Japan and the UK, but depreciate very much against China. That's going to change our trading relationships and pricing of the goods we trade.